Okay, so welcome. So version 11
Simuse Games.
of Balls of Steel now
Welcome to Balls of Steel.
available on Google Play. And I'll just show some stuff here on
Balls of Steel.
the editor. It's a bit loud now. It's a little lower. So what's ready now is the race mode. It's kind of completely just focused on that, and it's like completely playable now. And the idea is like you start from B3 and you have a vehicle, you can create a character and select a vehicle. There's like 11 options for the vehicle, and just go all the way to like exit this and create a new career and select whichever vehicle, and I've set up a character now with the bike. Just I got this development mode now. I can just switch the kind of, there's a bunch of tracks, and just simply start. New York is the first, and just start. And now there's leaderboards on each of them, and they're now on the Unity, like user-generated content, whatever it's like the cloud data. So everything is saved actually into the cloud. And the thing is, like, any course now that is made can be published into the user-generated content system, and then it creates a leaderboard. So like it automatically kind of becomes like available to be kind of shared and played. And what I've done is there's like a cache of these like public courses. So if you publish a course, then it can download that stuff to your phone, and you can have like 10 courses of cache. You can play those courses and then like make records and stuff on those courses. It will save those locally, and then when you go online again next time, it will publish those into those leaderboards. You don't have to be even online to test. For some reason I can see that it can get a lot slower to play when you're online. Probably could be I have so many like online services and stuff giving me crap, slowing me down, so it's faster for me to play offline. So what happens here now is it showed the records earlier, and now this is like, these are the bots are like in 5th place, and I'll get 3 points, and now I'm in 5th place here in the tournament, like in the season. And then you do all the races, and it's pretty easy to just kind of level up to B1, and then once you finally like make it to B1, and then you're in the last race, and if you end up first, you'll get a championship, and that's kind of the ultimate goal of the single player game. And it can be played all the way. Like you'll get this kind of nice trophy here when you finish that. And that's like the version 11 was all about. It's just finishing this race mode, and it's now done. And while doing that, the kind of public mode also kind of evolved a lot here, and it's now all of this stuff is in the actual user-generated content in, and it's getting the 10 of the latest contents published into the user-generated content. And now you can see, like, if I go to the editor here, I got this new, I can even make a new course, whole new course, and open, and like, if I now make a course here, something, whatever, it's like a simple course like this, and then now there's this publish panel here. I can go where I can go publish these, and now I can, since I've already used all my slots, I can only overwrite stuff. Like I'll just select stuff from here, and then I'll hit publish, and then it will publish this track to the user content, and each user gets like 10 slots to publish stuff there. And I've already published. This is like the main user, so anything I'll publish from here will be actually the courses you're racing on. So I don't want to play with that on this. I don't want to publish stuff from here, but each kind of client has an editor, and the editor has, you can make as many courses you want to, and then kind of decide which you'll publish. You can have like 10 published, have 10 slots for like publishing, and you can override and do whatever you want with those slots. And now even if you go there in debug mode, you can even delete those datas. But that's it. That's not gonna be like possible in the when you publish something, it will be there permanently. You won't be able to delete it, because anyone might wanna go play it, and you have the later reports and everything. So like you can overwrite stuff and make like a new version. The idea is that in the editor you'll always have to make a course that's playable. It has like a limit of pieces and stuff, and it has to be a certain length. So when now I have these missions here, and you can go play, like the mission is to play your first creator course. So it will randomly choose a course generated by someone else, and once you finished that, so now obviously Big Bangkok, so you can see it's this, it's actually, once I've completed this, I have kind of completed that first mission of playing someone else's course, and that's the whole idea of this kind of level editor system here. There's like anyone can create courses there, and everyone kind of has to create courses there. Because like it's at least at one, and that becomes the first public course. Everyone has to have one public course, and that's that kind of first mission there to create the course. Once you've done that, you're kind of eligible to kind of play other guys' courses and publish more of your own tracks. So it's kind of huge social potential there for like multiplayer stuff. Or you have like an idea that you could like 2 to 8 players, you can play like a quick tournament. So we're playing like each guy's tracks in a row, and the winner takes some trophies. And it's like, obviously you can get more vehicles, and like dropping vehicles is the obvious way to kind of evolve your characters, and like stuff for your characters then. Obviously, after playing, there should be some kind of rating. You just choose like how many stars you're gonna give to that track, and then like the more those tracks get played and the more ratings they get, obviously it will be like a democratic system of which tracks will be on top, and you'll get the latest tracks, and you'll best rated tracks and so on. Yeah, so yeah, and you see the mission got accomplished there. See that it's gone from here too, and there's now this small tutorial for the editor, and like the first one is to simply create 5 pieces. Simple enough. Just hit complete. I will just run through the editor here. This is like simple. You have to create like 2. These are kind of hard to read. Should be a bigger font here. Anyway, like just create 290 turns, which is like a corner like this. That was one of them, and then another one, 5 pieces, and it's done. And then the next one, the 135, which means that it's like a turn like this. So that's one of them, and that's another one of them. If I'll go, wait a minute, it should be like, let's see, start over, like this. So it's a bit buggy now. Like version 12 will be better for the editor. Like most of this stuff works. It's just that it might feel a bit laggy there for the touch. Now next is the drops. So again 5 pieces, and this is like very much the features of this editor, where you can kind of grow the selection now. And now since I'm starting from here, I can like grow the selection here, and I can like move up. So it's kind of stretching the track, and then I can shrink the selection and go again. So now I got this kind of like waterfall shape going on here, and I can kind of continue then drawing here. So now kind of test this. See now, starting with this kind of drop, and like then just complete that. Next is elevators, and that's an even simpler one. Like same thing, just make that 5-piece move, then go to select mode, and then move up 2, so it has to build like an elevator. It's like one step, it's just like track. You can see like that. The moment you're going up and it's more than one, it kind of automatically changes it to an elevator. So that's how elevators are done. And then jumps. Remember to go back in the track mode first, and in the draw mode, and then in track mode delete. However, anywhere there's like a row of 3, I can delete one, so it becomes like a gap, and it needs like a jump. So, and then I can just kind of draw it back like that. So that's how jumps are made. And then overlaps. It's like the whole, like sugar of this game. It's like that, so that you can easily create stuff on one level, but it actually, you can have 10 levels of track overlapping each other. And I can just like first move this up, like I'll go all the way up to like 4 floors higher, and I can then continue the drawing up here and do whatever kind of different overlaps. I can like view it now from a higher floor. Yes, these are really like overlapping. And then that's completed. And And then there's these objects, kind of. First need this track, and then go into object mode and draw mode. On these corners, it has to be a corner. You can have this corner kicker. Then probably don't need them to be in like these subcategories. They could be just like one set of objects rather. You have the other kicker, which is the spinner kicker. It needs to be a straight piece. All the other pieces need to be like a straight flat piece. But the corner needs it to be a corner. So then it needs one of the guillotines. It needs one of the humps, which actually kind of affects the whole track in a way that it kind of bends it. You can just like the other pieces, you can just go to delete mode and just delete it and draw it like that. And one more piece needed, which was the wrecking ball. The mill is not like, I'm probably removing the mill anyway, so it's not part of. So these are kind of the objects that I've decided to keep because they're like work best with the game, and seems like it's kind of enough. You don't even need more. Could be more objects that are kind of decorative here around. I feel these are good enough to make the game work pretty well. And so yeah, that's complete, and so that's for the tutorials. And then there's this one more actually has data in it now, which is like complete. I can just clear it. You see that like for a track to be valid and kind of published, this is the requirement. So it has like 40 pieces and a bunch of floors, which is kind of might seem a bit overwhelming there first, but like I can show you how fast I can kind of do it. Like there's already 36 pieces there, and then I'll just kind of go to another floor, continue there to kind of get those overlaps done, and then I'm gonna do whatever the jumps, just delete to get that jump there. Need some of that drop in there. Select, and then like, okay, now I got that drop. Need a drop height of 2, so I'll drop again. So now I got that drop height of 2. I need to step up, so I can just shrink the selection and then go up. Now I got that up, and then I can go draw the guillotine there in the end, and then I'll just need a couple of more humps. The thing is, you can just double click on a square and it'll take you to that floor, so it'll be easy to kind of delete or add an object, and it feels like you're clicking on it, you're not on the right floor. It only draws on one floor at a time, but the double click will take you to that floor. So if you're not hitting it, just double click it and then hit it again to get to that. And so it's kind of that easy to generate a course. And once you now hit the complete on the first mission here, it will actually publish that, and on top of that it will copy it to your editor. So you'll have it here on the bottom, the new course there. That's the one from the mission, because like otherwise you'd lose that data. So that it will be published here. So if I now refresh this content, you can see that that's the latest content updated now to the cloud, and this is actually now I can actually erase that track, and it has what's cool about it. It created the leaderboard also automatically, and the problem here is, okay, this is a bug. If I can kind of
Time
walk
Use
around it now
Games.
by restarting it. That is, it just leaves that
Welcome to Balls of Steel.
texture there. When I exit the editor, I should just hide that kind of mesh that has the checkerboard mesh on it. So I can now just go back to showing here. Back to the editor. Yeah, that's the new course.
Balls of Steel.
It got published, and yeah, I can go now to the public and I can race the thing I published, and it automatically created a leaderboard into the cloud. So now when I'll do my like first race, this is not mounted, that's not the track. This probably not the latest because I already had that one there. I should be kind of able to play that track from here. Anyway, let's just imagine it's the right data. It's just some other track data now. Anyway, and now play. I can play the published track data, and those records will go into that leaderboard with that content ID. So each track will automatically create a leaderboard. Eventually those data will gather up, and it will be like interesting to see after the race how well you did. And that's all automatic with the user generated content system there. And anyone can create tracks, and everyone has to create tracks, and then you can compare the data. Whereas like multiplayer potential is huge too. Like you could just have these races where everyone is a human player with like faster network connections. Very simple, like physics to handle for a multiplayer game. So just really a sphere. Simple colliders. It shouldn't be too hard to like multiplayer that stuff as well. Yeah. I guess that's kind of it for just yeah, that's the end of the So let's go back to the menu, and so version 11 now out on Google Play, and what can be done is stuff can be published, the race can be played, like pretty much the like all of these like new careers, just create new careers. Added the female there, like kind of, I don't know, choose whatever crazy vehicles now. Like there's even the steamroller. It's kind of funny with the so there's some leaderboard data. it's the sound of a train. So it's kind of funny, especially on the phone, playing with the train. And like you can just try to play the whole season in like 30 minutes or so, or even faster, maybe like 15. See how it feels, and hopefully get more stuff here for version 12 next, and then hopefully in a couple of weeks really get the editor like really finished. Like the game mode is now kind of really cool. I think like the next look of stuff here is kind of finished, and like not gonna do too much more. Maybe some shaders here along these buildings. Maybe some like light animation going up and down here. I really like these. Like you can go now to the settings menu here, and the camera is totally like dynamic. And then go all the way up to 1. To see the whole track. I got these like procedural buildings that automatically come around the track, so you don't have to worry about. You'll just build a track and these buildings kind of automatically spawn around, and kind of like in these ads I got there, so they're kind of using a 3-to-1. That's the way they're procedurally kind of generated and put there. Liking the look really much. It's like the scene gives the light, and then there's like different styles of windows per scene. So this is like the LA style, when you have a lot of window, and then the residential buildings are then darker. And then you have these ads here. I'm really liking the look myself, but kind of really looking finished here. It looks pretty good on the phone. Handheld device. You can just test this. This is the Los Angeles. With the train, it has like low handling, so actually the handling means like airspeed, how much you can move the ball in the air. It has a low handling value, like the bike has a high handling value, and it's a bit more controlled in the air. Simple feature like that. And so that's it for version 11, and so give it a try.